Hello, welcome to another Gundam version 2 video. That is the Zaku Mariner, and I got a match here for you on trenches, and because I enjoy pain, I'm going to be playing at 500. And if you guys don't know, the Zaku Mariner is a native 400 cost support that recently got a level 2 in the Spring Fest, this week's Spring Fest limited mission set, right? The first week, I believe, was, or the first 2 weeks, I think, was the Ramzagok level 2. Now we have the Zaku Mariner level 2. And, yeah, this suit sucks, by the way. Everybody has told me, and I believe full-heartedly, that, because I've been watching people play this, they've been telling me this suit is a piece of shit for a while now. Ever since the clan matches, you know, people have gotten the suit from the clan matches. There are some pretty cool things about this suit in terms of, like, very little things. You do have melee priority level 2, and you do have balancers, which is nice. The primary weapon that you have, the sub-rock launcher, it actually tracks, which is pretty useful. You do have aquatic mobile shooting, so you can boost and use tracking missiles, which is cool. You can use your sub-weapons while boosting, the shoulder missiles and the backpack missiles. And the backpack missiles themselves, I think, for what they're intended to do, I think they're pretty nice. They do shoot a pretty far range, and they will... They do have a pretty good arc where if your teammates are in front of you, you can shoot over your teammates, which is pretty cool. And they do have a pretty quick stun accumulation, which is, I believe, 3 missiles to get a stun. And they do some pretty good damage. I believe consistently 750 damage, or a little bit above that. So if you want to do like a full range build with this, you can definitely almost get 800, maybe even over 800, depending on the suit you're fighting. And, yeah, I believe that's pretty much it. Yeah. Actually, you know what? There is the anchor on this suit. Or I'll be calling it the heat wire because it's pretty much just the same as the heat wires. I say pretty much the same as the other heat wires. It doesn't heavy stagger, it does a normal stagger, which is lame. But, it actually is a decent enough defense tool if you can aim it. If a raid is charging you, or a general or whatnot, you can use this to stop them initially because it does count as a melee weapon, and melee weapons do stop maneuver armor and stuff like that will people that try to hit you. I don't think it works on shock dampeners though. I haven't fought a suit with shock damage with this suit yet, but yeah. And yeah, we are playing on trenches, as I mentioned. I played a lot of 450 with this suit, and yeah, they've been shit. And I was like, hey, you know what? Let's go. Fuck it. Let's go to 500. And you know what? After this match, I played some 550 as well because I truly hated myself. And yeah, I can just wholeheartedly, even though I already wholeheartedly agreed on the sentiment of this suit, playing it, yeah, you really come to appreciate how shit a suit can be. One of the major problems with this suit is that it is very hard to just get a stun with the long range missiles are your best option, but they only work up to a point. If somebody's getting really close to you, it's going to be way harder to get those missiles, and if somebody's constantly moving, you're not going to get a very good stun out of it because your missiles are just going to miss. It's really good for engaging at long distances, but yeah, if you got a highly mobile person trying to fight, if they know you're shooting at them, you're not going to get pretty good stun out of it. The primary weapon, the sub-rock launcher, and the shoulder missiles absolutely fucking suck. The tracking on the sub-rock launcher is pretty good, but you have to mag dump to get a stun. When I say mag dump, I mean you have to dump the entire missile to get a stun. I mean technically you can get a stun using you do have a burst fire, right? You'll shoot 4 missiles first, and then the second four set of missiles, right? And technically it does take, I believe, 7 to stun, or 6. But that leaves you with 1 or 2 missiles left, and that's nowhere near enough to get you a stun, because, as we mentioned, the shoulder missiles also suck, where you can shoot all of your shoulder missiles at somebody, you won't get a stun at all. And then you have to mag dump your sub-rock launcher anyway, because, I believe it'll take 1 burst, but as we mentioned before, you have to use 2 bursts to get a stun with the sub-rock launcher. So it's very, very hard to even try and attempt a stun on somebody if they're aware, you know, a 1v1 situation. Very, very obnoxious to deal with. Especially, you know, if they know they can get away with just shooting your team a little bit more. So that leaves you where the only way you can possibly help somebody if they're getting jumped by an enemy is to try walk up and do your downswing because you know melee priority level 2 can probably help out, or you know if their backs are turned, you have a thrusting downswing to say. You know, you do that shoulder tackle, the classic Zaku Marine shoulder tackle, or any Zaku that doesn't have a Heat Hawk shoulder tackle. Or you can use your anchor, which, as we said, doesn't heavy stagger, so they're not going to be stunned for too long. It's just going to be a regular stun, and they'll probably turn around and immediately kick your ass, right? You can do some interesting builds with this. I know some people do like melee builds with this for some reason, which is cool. You know, you can take a little bit more of a beating, but I've done a little bit of a range build with this, range and a little bit of some defense. And there's another build I did, which is not shown here, which is I actually did a reload build where I took almost 2 seconds off of my reload, so now I get to shoot my missiles a lot more faster. You know, just intensify that barrage, as they say, right? And yeah, this suit just feels very, very bad. And even when we did get wins, it didn't feel like I was, and it even showed, like, I think the highest I've gotten was, actually, I think I got 4th or 3rd, but those are doing some really, really low, like, not active, very passive matches. And some of these other matches we've won, even though we won, it did not feel like a win to me, at least for how I'm playing. We won because we had a really excellent set of generals and raids, and it wasn't because of this suit, honestly. If I would have picked like a different support to support them, we would have been clapping cheeks even harder, you know, providing more for my team, or something along those lines. This suit is just not good at all. And I don't think there's any kind of defense you can use for this suit. If everybody I've talked to, doesn't matter if they're in different clans, really high tier clans, or just your average Joe, and they all agree this suit is just fucking awful. So yeah, the only reason I think they buffed this suit is, or not buffed this suit, they released a level 2, is similar to how they re-released or made the Garibaldi Alpha High Mobility type a reward for the, not clan matches, but they had the brawl matches, the ranked matches. They wanted more people to have the suit so more people would play it, and that way they can gauge what they needed to buff. And I believe they immediately buffed the Garibaldi Alpha High Mobility type afterwards, because they went, oh yeah, this suit actually just sucks, so we're gonna buff it. And yeah, honestly, I don't know why they're taking so long for this suit. Yeah, this suit definitely needs one if everybody just agrees it is a piece of shit. But yeah, not very happy with this suit. The only reason I have it is because, well, my name is Aqua Vengeance, and I really do like amphibious suits, so it's only here for the collection, pretty much, the amphibious suit collection. And yeah, honestly, with this match, I did not give a fuck. I've had so many different matches trying to play this that I just, pretty much the gameplay style I found that worked the most for me was just dumping everything just in a general direction, just barrage an area, and that worked really well at the end of the match here, where our team, because the enemy team got so aggressive towards us, they overextended themselves, and then we finally just, when we found an opportunity to push up, we actually managed to take the win with us. So actually, that was a pretty nice match on the point of our generals. Our generals and raids did really very well at the end of the match. We were getting our asses kicked at the beginning, but like I said, the enemy team overextended, and we took advantage of that. So yeah, mission completed. Not on the board, unfortunately, but I believe we do get a pretty high individual score at least, which is pretty nice. I believe almost 3,000. Yeah, really close to 3,000. 75 points off, and 5 and 3. A lot of those kills were just finishing off low health enemies. Which, speaking of, you know, damage with this, it's the worst of both worlds. Where not only do you have really sucky stun accumulation, but you're going to be doing, I guess technically you can do chunks of damage, right? But you're not. It doesn't help because you're not getting really good stun accumulation at all. Again, you have to dump the entire thing of your primary weapon to get a stun, and if you don't get a stun with that, then you have to go over your shoulder missiles. And like I said, the shoulder missile stun accumulation sucks too, where you pretty much have to dump that, and then you're just stuck with your anchor, your melee, and your long-range missiles, which aren't going to be, or your backpack missiles, I should say, and those aren't going to be useful when somebody's up in your face. So you have to rely on something that's only going to give you a normal stun, or just melee. Yeah, the suit's not very good, and honestly, the way they should buff this, first of all, just really, really, it'd be fine if they left the primary weapon as is. I guess, you know, to make sense, because, okay, yeah, the missiles do track, so maybe the downside is you have less stun accumulation, but for fuck's sakes, man, at least make the shoulder missiles stun a lot more. You can dump the entire thing and not get even close to stunning, and then you have to mag dump your fucking primary weapon. That is really stupid. That is actually really fucking dumb. I'm not being nice to this suit. That is really dumb. I don't know what they're trying to do. I guess because, oh, it's ballistic barraging suit, you know. I don't know. Actually, no, I don't even know. I don't even know why they made it this way. It sucks. If everybody agrees it sucks, if it walks like a duck, it looks like a duck, and it shits like a duck, it's a duck. And by duck, I mean this thing is bad. If you guys really want it, go ahead. I mean, it's a free suit, limited mission suit, but you're not going to be having the best time playing this. And if you're going to be using this at 450, which, I mean, obviously the limited mission suit is level 2, it's a 450. There are a lot of better options at 450, pretty much anything else. And if you're going to be using it at 500 like me, and God forbid you use this at 550 if you're in quick match, which I have, it's not going to be a fun time. So if you like CBT, if you like getting your balls punched, this is probably the suit for you. Otherwise, I'd say stay far away from this suit, or maybe get it and then wait for a buff. But yeah, that's gonna be in this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe if you want. I'd really appreciate it. And type up in the comment section how you feel about the Zaku Mariner. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And I have a sneaking suspicion that pretty much 99.99% of you guys will hate this suit. And the 1% will probably be the one guy's like, well, a good pilot can be good in anything. I guess. Sure. I'm just going to say sure to you. I'm just going to say sure. And then I'm going to watch people suck ass with this even more. Just buff the stun accumulation. Something. Literally anything would probably be better to buff the suit with. And if they really feel generous, maybe make the heat wire increase the cooldown, but give it a heavy stagger like everybody thinks it needs. That way, it really does not help that stigma that the devs hate supports when the only heat wire support in the game doesn't have a heavy stagger. And the only other suit that doesn't have a heavy stagger with their wire is the regular goof, which is like the first one to have that kind of wire. And it's really dumb. But yeah, like I said, the long range missiles I think are actually fine, unless they want to buff up the blast radius of those missiles. Otherwise, the melee priority level 2 is pretty cool with the tackle. And I guess the magnet harken, or whatever they want to call it, the heat wire, is decent enough for self-defense if you can aim it really well. Other than that, yeah, hopefully they do buff this. Not very happy with this suit. I can see why people really hate it, or think it's really bad. So yeah, this is almost on the, actually no, it is on the same level as the CBT, the Gem Corvette Booster CBTB, that suit, you know, that we call the CBT because that's what it feels like playing that. So those two are almost just equal to me right now. But yeah, that'll be it, and I will see you guys later. Bye.